Good evening and welcome to NNX, where we give you campus news faster than you can eat a bowl of mac and cheese. I'm Simone Garber.
And I'm Alexia Cadota-Browner. Let's dive right into tonight's stories. The NU Chinese International Student Association and Chinese Students and Scholars Association hosted their Lunar New Year celebration in Tech this past Sunday. This year marks the first time that CISA and CSSA were able to collaborate on the Lunar New Year event, drawing a crowd of roughly 400. Song and dance performances from student groups, raffles with prizes, snacks, and more were all part of the celebration, aiming to give Asian American and international NU students a little taste of home for the holidays.
This is honestly one of the most important traditions of CISA as well, being a New Year Gala and just being a place, a community for students who are living abroad and cannot go back to family.
We have Lance here in the studio. Lance, I know you were at the event. How did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really impressive event. It was great to see all the student groups come together across campus to celebrate such a really important holiday for the Asian American and international community. And I will also say it was great to see so many people who were not a part of that community being there just to appreciate someone else's culture.
Yeah, of course. So I heard you mention that there were some prizes at the event, but tell me a little bit more about those.
Yes, there were some prizes. The top prize was an electric scooter, which I admit would have been helpful. There were also some pretty expensive suitcases given out, but I was fortunate enough to win this little guy, who we've named Andrew. They gave about 50 of these guys out to celebrate the year of the rabbit.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Thank you, Lance, and happy Lunar New Year.
Northwestern and the city of Evanston are collaborating on a guaranteed income pilot program, an effort to help the community and research future policy recommendations on poverty. The year-long guaranteed income program gives $500 every month to 150 randomly selected Evanston residents. Participants include 18 to 24-year-olds, senior citizens, and undocumented people living at or below 250% of the poverty line. They can use the money however they see fit. Northwestern donated $100,000 to the program, and researchers are currently investigating its impact. Jeffrey Thomas, a School of Education and Social Policy Research Project Manager, says the program makes monetary aid more accessible.
So many of the existing services that we have, there's always strings attached. People's lives are complicated. They're going to need money for different needs at different times.
You can find more information on the Guaranteed Income Program on cityofevanston.org.
And on campus, Northwestern men's basketball resuming last night after a week of cancellations. COVID-19 complications within the Northwestern program forced the team to cancel games throughout last week. The Wildcats snapped their two-game losing streak with a win against Wisconsin at home last night, 66-63. That game was originally scheduled over the weekend. The Cats face off against Nebraska in Lincoln on Wednesday, delayed from today. Finally, Iowa, which was originally scheduled for the 18th, will challenge the Cats on the 31st.
Off the court, students celebrate Norris University Center's 50th anniversary Thursday. The university organized a variety of entertainment to commemorate the anniversary. The celebration featured singing from the a cappella group The Undertones, speeches from administrators, and 3 Norris-themed birthday cakes. The occasion comes during the time of change for the building, with 2 renovation projects currently in the works. Norris's Starbucks will be moving from the first to the ground floor, and the lawn near the lakefront is set to receive a makeover.
Norris was extremely active for students. I mean, it was still sort of, young in its whole concept as a university center, but it was a very extremely active place.
Northwestern celebrating the history of Norris while looking toward change in the future.
And at Northwestern, Hillel, Baking for Better. Hillel's Challah for Hunger organization brings students together, baking challah weekly and selling it to the Northwestern community to raise awareness for hunger and disaster relief. Donating 50% of the profits to the National Challah for Hunger cause, Swipe Out Hunger, and the other 50% to the ARC, a nonprofit social service organization for Jews in the Chicagoland area. The baking takes place on Thursday nights, ensuring the challahs are fresh for Shabbat, which begins on Friday night.
So it is really nice to be both doing something fun and that connects to a lot of people's identity, but also is helping a large range of people that exist far beyond the Northwestern.
Holla for Hunger is open to all students, aiming to create a casual and collaborative environment. If you want to know more or get involved with Holla for Hunger's efforts, check out their Instagram page at NUHolla.
Shifting to some science news, new chemistry professor Brian Hunter's research lab investigates how to convert fossil fuel-dependent processes to more green ones. The lab uses synthetic techniques to develop materials and fuels in a more energy-efficient way. This involves using electrical energy generated from sunlight. The lab's goals include reducing CO2 byproducts and finding less wasteful means of producing hydrogen and ammonia. Hunter says these are all central to making modern-day industrial processes more sustainable.
I think that the emphasis on sustainability and nanotechnology was just too good to pass up.
Professor's only task, Hunter is juggling research while also teaching undergraduates. NNN Shravya Pant is here in the studio to tell us more about Hunter's work. Shravya, Professor Hunter focuses on sustainability. What exactly does this mean for his lab at Northwestern?
Yeah, exactly. So what Professor Hunter explained was that there's many processes, and industrial processes rather, like fertilizer production, producing polymers, that's really important for medical industries, and they require a lot of fossil fuel energy, okay? So they expel a lot of waste. So what Hunter's research is trying to do is seeing if we can use electricity, sunlight, that we can use for these processes. It's more renewable, it's less wasteful, hopefully contributing to a more sustainable world.
And you mentioned that he also teaches while performing this duty. How does he balance the two?
Right, so he said he loves both parts of his job, research and teaching. So he fell into teaching right after he finished his undergrad, right before going to grad school. And he worked as a high school chemistry teacher. And he said it was a really rewarding experience. He ended up pursuing a master's in education, so whether it be in the lab or in the classroom, he really loves learning from his students and the science.
Thank you, Shravya. Hunter will continue to work to produce eco-friendly solutions on campus.
Lights, camera, caption. One Northwestern student group continues filming this week for their feature film, Mixed Signals. Applause with a Cause annually produces a 90-minute picture to raise funds for a local charity. This year, the team is supporting 826 Chicago, who work to help Chicago public school students with creative writing.
We're going to go with them, volunteer with them, and set up like a kind of curriculum. They want us to educate them kind of on what we're doing.
Their film, Mixed Signals, will be shown at a local movie theater in the spring quarter.
Northwestern's theater students transform into revolting children as they perform their annual dolphin show this year. It's Matilda. NNN's Lena Peterson dives into the largest student musical in the country.
Bringing a story of imagination and rebellion to life on stage, performance is continuing this week for the Dolphin Show's production of Matilda. A beloved children's story, but the message is true even when you grow up.
That we all are like little kids and we can all have fun, and that, you know, people who are different, they shouldn't be excluded from anything.
The honey sweet themes resonating with the college student team.
But we as college students are going through the exact same struggles of wanting to be heard, wanting to be seen, and wanting to be an important part of the world we live in.
For Kristen Wagner, choreographing the show meant finding creative ways for actors to bring themes of joy and community to life.
Choreography, I wanted to allow people to go back to that time and to find like freedom in movement and joy.
The team's collaboration on and off stage, almost like a miracle.
You have like a community coming together, whether that's on stage or off stage, like in the back, and like the business and artistic teams. I think Dolphin also tries to create that same sense of community.
And for the audience, a night of theater and joy.
The set is tremendous. The lights will blow you away, and the music will ring true to so many of the childhood memories that you have.
There are still 2 more chances to see Matilda this Friday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at nudolphinshow.org. Alexia, this is one of my favorite musicals of all time. I watch it with my cousins, I watch it with my friends. It's great for all ages. Do you have any plans to see it?
Yeah, so one of my friends is actually in the musical. I've yet to go last weekend, but I'm definitely thinking about this weekend. What about you?
That's so fun. I actually have a ticket to see it at 7:30 this Saturday, so maybe I'll see you there.
That's great. All right, well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks so much for watching.
Stay tuned for the Northwestern News Report and Politicat coming up next. I'm Simone Garber.
And I'm Alexia Cadota Browner. Have a great night.